Right now, as you watch this video, the United States government is spending over $50,000 every single second. By the time this 9-minute video ends, Washington will have added another $27 million to a debt that is already $36 trillion and counting. Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you affects every single American family. Let's start with the numbers, because the numbers are staggering, and most Americans have never seen them laid out this clearly. $36 trillion. That's the current national debt of the United States of America. Say it out loud. 36 trillion. Do you know how much $1 trillion is? If you spent $1 million every single day, it would take you 2,700 years to spend just $1 trillion. And Washington has run up 36 of them. Here's what that means for your family. Every American household now owes approximately $270,000 as their share of this debt. That's more than the average American home. You didn't vote to borrow it, but you are responsible for paying it back, and so are your children, and their children after them. Here's a number that should make your blood run cold. The United States now pays more in interest on this debt, over $1 trillion per year than it spends on the entire national defense budget. We're spending more money to service debt interest than we spend protecting our country. This didn't happen overnight. In 1981, the national debt was approximately $1 trillion. By 2000, it had climbed to $5.7 trillion. By 2008, $10 trillion. By the time Barack Obama left office, it had doubled to nearly $20 trillion. And in recent years, we've added another $16 trillion, more debt than was accumulated in the first 200 years of this nation's history. Now let's name names, because the American people deserve to know who did this. Both parties failed you. Let's be precise about when the failure became catastrophic. In March 2020, Congress passed the CARES Act, $2.2 trillion in COVID relief spending. Republicans and Democrats alike voted for it. Then in March 2021, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer pushed through the American Rescue Plan, another $1.9 trillion. President Biden signed it into law, claiming it was necessary for COVID relief. Economists from Harvard, from MIT, from across the political spectrum warned this would ignite inflation. They were ignored. Then came the Inflation Reduction Act, misleadingly named because it did not reduce inflation. Its true cost has been revised to over $750 billion. Here's what the mainstream media won't tell you. Mitch McConnell voted for the CARES Act. Kevin McCarthy, as Speaker, presided over a Republican majority that failed to pass a single meaningful spending cut. The bipartisan consensus in Washington is this: spend first, let someone else worry about the consequences. The debt ceiling, which was designed as a limit on government borrowing, has been raised over 80 times since 1960. 80 times. It's not a ceiling anymore, it's a suggestion. And while Congress borrowed and spent, the Federal Reserve printed money on a historic scale. Between 2020 and 2022, the money supply increased by 40%. You do not need an economics degree to understand what happens when you flood the economy with 40% more dollars. The dollars you already have become worth less. Let's talk about your kitchen table, because this isn't abstract, this is your life. Inflation was not an accident. Inflation was not bad luck. Inflation was the predictable, mathematically inevitable consequence of the spending decisions made in Washington. When the government prints trillions of dollars and injects them into the economy, prices rise. Your grocery bill, your gas tank, your electricity bill. Between 2021 and 2023, the cost of groceries in America rose over 23%. Beef and poultry up 30%. Eggs up over 60% at their peak. The average mortgage payment has more than doubled, as the Federal Reserve was forced to raise interest rates to fight the inflation they helped create. But it gets worse. Social Security, the program that 47 million retired Americans depend on, is projected to face insolvency by 2033. When that happens, automatic cuts of approximately 21% go into effect unless Congress acts. That means seniors who plan their retirement around Social Security will face a nearly 1 in 4 cut to their income. The government's own trustees have confirmed this. Medicare faces a similar crisis. Its hospital insurance trust fund is projected to run dry by 2031. These are not fringe predictions, these are the government's own numbers. Here's a dirty secret about Washington that the political class doesn't want you to know. While they were spending your money and your children's money, they were getting rich. Members of Congress trade stocks on information available to them before the public ever hears about it. Between 2020 and 2022, while Americans were locked down and businesses were closing, members of Congress outperformed the stock market by 18 percentage points on average. The lobbying industry spends over $4 billion per year influencing legislation. Defense contractors, pharmaceutical companies, financial institutions, they all funnel money into campaigns and into the revolving door between government and high-paying private sector jobs. And the result? Spending that benefits the connected few is protected, while cuts that would save the taxpayer are blocked. Senator Rand Paul has proposed a penny plan, cutting federal spending by just 1 cent for every dollar for years. It goes nowhere, because the entire establishment has built careers on the spending machine, and they will not give it up without a fight. So what do we do? Because the problem is real, and the consequences are coming whether we're ready or not. First, a balanced budget amendment to the United States Constitution. 49 of 50 states are required to balance their budgets. The federal government should operate under the same discipline. Second, real cuts to the federal bureaucracy. The Department of Government Efficiency has begun identifying redundancies, fraud, and waste at a scale that was unimaginable to document just 2 years ago. We are talking about hundreds of billions in annual savings from eliminating programs that don't work and contracts that pad the pockets of political insiders. Third, honest entitlement reform. Social Security and Medicare can be saved, but only if Congress tells the truth about the trajectory they are on, and acts now while there is still time to phase in changes gradually. The solution is not painless, but the sacrifice required today is far smaller than the catastrophe we face if we wait. The American people, poll after poll, say they want government to live within its means. The only thing stopping it is political will, and the men and women in Washington who have concluded that their careers matter more than your future. If you believe American families deserve the truth that the mainstream media won't tell them, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell. America First Daily, because the truth doesn't take a day off.